Today we will be getting the record straight about the African Serval Cat, a beautiful and majestic animal that in no way is a domestic cat. Servals are often glamorized on social media, which has led to the highest surrender rate of any animal kept as pets. So we are creating this documentary to warn and prepare potential adopters of what it is truly like to own one of these animals. Are Serval Cats legal? First and foremost, legality. It's highly unwise to purchase an animal that is illegal, as you will not be able to find proper veterinary care, which is already difficult to find for a serval. The truth of it is, cats get out at some point or another, and when that does happen, if you live in a state that's illegal, the cat will be sentenced to life in jail or euthanized. Even if legal, keep in mind, if you're young, you don't know that you will live in your state for the rest of your life. It's unwise to adopt one if you don't own your own home and are already very settled, as there may come an opportunity where you will need to move and your cat will not be legal in the new state. Is there an alternative if Serval Cats are not for me? Well, you can adopt an F1 Savannah kitten, which is a hybrid of an African Serval and a domestic cat. They share many features with the Serval while retaining a loving personality without the risks that we will be discussing. What is a Serval Cat's personality like? Unlike domestic cats, they are not social as adults. While you are in the house with them, with proper training, they will not be aggressive towards strangers, most likely just run to a part of the house or their enclosure away from new people. When adopted as a kitten from a reputable breeder, they will be loving towards their owner and new family, most likely taking a special liking to one person in the house or a gender as time goes by. This love will not fade if it is nourished. It is highly important you expose this kitten to as many people outside of the home as possible. Small amounts of anxiety are good for personality development of Serval kittens. As they get older, they are less willing to experience things they were not exposed to as a kitten. Traveling with a serval is very difficult. They do not fit in airline carriers that go under the seat and will not settle. Cargo will not take your cat. Driving is the only option, and you will have to figure out how to pass through states legally that your cat is not legal in. In order to take care of your cat while you're gone, someone will need to come over and feed your cat. There is a high probability your cat will be in extreme stress in your absence and will be aggressive towards any new people. With stress comes illness. Your cat will need to be stimulated while you're away, so it's best to raise a serval with a buddy, like a dog or another cat. Declawing. You may think you can own this cat by declawing. While not only a health risk that can lead to death, this method will create a neurological disorder in your cat over time and lead to a very wild and unmanageable personality. One of the major reasons that Serval Cats are surrounded is spraying. The act where the cat marks his or her territory on 90% of your house and items. You may think it is manageable, but over time it becomes a serious health hazard and nearly impossible to clean up. Your housing condition can become inhumane over time. Outdoor enclosures. For this reason, most serval owners create an outdoor enclosure where their serval lives when they are not present. This is an essential part in successful ownership. Owning a serval with children. Kids, while in their training phase, serval kittens bite and attack with their claws. They need to be disciplined by yelling, being put in timeout, and booking their nose. It is extremely important for every family member to establish dominance over your cat. It is not advised to own a serval with young children, as accidents can happen. How do you train a serval kitten? It's extremely important that the serval always understands that you are the parent. You need to always establish dominance. Scrumming technique is key in training. You want to encourage your kitten to purr as much as possible by emulating the sounds yourself or through a speaker. Car rides, caging, exposing to other cats and dogs growing up is key for a well-rounded personality. Seeing the world. Learning to walk on the harness will benefit their well-roundedness. Challenge your kitten every day to something new that makes them nervous. Encourage them with treats like Oscar Mayer turkey ham and toys. Do not ever allow your kitten to bite or scratch you. Do not encourage the kitten to jump on your back, as it encourages lunging as an adult. Your kitten needs a safe space, an igloo in a dark place that is high up. Cat trees are essential. Feed a raw bird diet with a wild tax supply supplement. Kiss the kitten on the nose as much as possible growing up, so that as an adult they associate human faces with positivity. Pet the kitten while eating to avoid food aggression. Bottle feed your kitten with KMR until 5 months old. Bond after each bottling session by having your kitten groom you. While bottle feeding, discourage using claws. Kittens must always be upright when bottle feeding to prevent aspiration to the lungs. Retract the claws constantly and trim nails weekly so that you are able to as an adult. Is it possible to rehome an adult serval? No. Once a kitten has reached maturity, the probability of that cat ever accepting a new situation is less than 10%. They will most likely have to live the rest of their life in a sanctuary. What should I look for in a breeder? African servals have not been bred in America for very long. Most African servals in America are related within 5 generations. Since there are no pedigrees or way of tracking this, American servals are often inbred as the gene pool is small. This causes genetic defects, including weak bones and heart defects. This is not an excuse to illegally import a cat, but something to be wary of when choosing a breeder. An African serval should be bred from 2 parents that don't spray, are kind with strangers, good with children, and have no issues with anxiety. A real breeder will sort through at least 10 potential servals to find the perfect servals to create babies. Although we have discussed the negatives, with proper care, training, understanding, environment, and love, they can be a wonderful family member. They have a very unique personality and can be extremely loving and obsessive with their owners.